NFL Stock Exchange podcast. I'm Trevor Sikkema. That is Connor Rogers. Connor, we got a fun topic today. You guys enjoyed the 2019 redraft so much that we're doing the 2020 redraft today. And I know what you guys are saying out there. You guys are like, hey, the sweet spot for redrafts is 3 years. It's only been 2 years since the 2020 draft happened. But to that, we collectively quote Stephen A. Smith when we say, we don't care. We don't care. We're going to do it anyways because we think that this is going to be fun. It was a blast to do a couple of weeks ago. But Connor, I'm excited to kind of do, I mean, like, you'll have odds, I'll have evens, but we're going to collab to try to make the best redraft possible. I think it's going to be a fun one with this class.
Yeah, a lot of working together on these. And you're right. You know, traditionally, sure, the 3-year rule and all of that. Trevor, this draft is so polarizing at so many spots that I think it's time to revisit it. It's time to get into it. There was so many spots that I forgot when we were doing the research. I was like, wow, everybody always talks about, you know, of course, Tua and Herbert and things like that. But there were so many other position groups where one guy was taken and then just a couple picks later, a superstar was taken at the same position.
Right.
So
right.
This one's a lot of fun. I think there's more talent in this overall round one or in our redrafting round one than 2019 as well, which is crazy because it's only been 2 years. So less time for breakout, but more instant impact talent.
I was just about to say, I'm very curious if we do the thing we did for the 2019 draft where people in the comments caught on to this. This draft is sick. Right. We were like, at the very beginning, we're like, this draft's so sick. You got all these players. Look, it's so deep. It's going to be so good. And then like pick 25, you and I are like,
this draft sucks.
I don't know, Hunter Renfrow, I guess. We got to throw him in there somewhere. So it was, I'm very curious to see if we get to that point. I don't know. I feel like there's more guys to choose from in this draft class, but it will be very interesting to see how it all shakes out. Before we get it kicked off, before we get it underway, it is time for everybody's favorite ad read. That is the folks over at Manscaped. Gentlemen, Father's Day came and went, but that doesn't mean that the love for Manscaped stops last week. Manscaped's 4.0 performance package includes the signature Lawnmower 4.0, and this bundle can take care of any kind of old man hair, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever it is. We're all starting to get it. We know what it's talking about. From head to toe, this right here, this is no dad joke. Father's Day is in the past. This is the real deal. Lawnmower 4.0. Treat him or yourself if you're going to buy it for yourself. And join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer. You get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code PFF over at manscaped.com. Trust me, the dad bod is going to thank you guys. Manscaped is designed with fathers in mind, all sorts of fathers, of course. And the Performance Package 4.0 is here just in time for your pop's special day. Inside the package, you'll get the Lawnmower 4.0. The Weed Whacker, which gets the ears and the nose hairs, which are very annoying to get. I unfortunately have nose hairs that I'm trying to trim with like a regular razor, and it just doesn't work out great. So I have to actually get this for myself. You get the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, very key, fellas. The toner, the Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to hold all of the goodies. This is quite the deal. Use the promo code PFF. You get 20% off over at manscaped.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do it. 2020 redraft, a little early, but listen, like Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last. We're gonna have people redoing the 2020 NFL draft a year from now, and we're just gonna be sitting big, chilling on a beach, sunglasses on. We're gonna be like, hit the episode a year ago. Losers, we already got it in the bag. I said that you were doing odds, so the Cincinnati Bengals still on the clock here. We're keeping the draft day trades, right? That was the conclusion that we came to.
Yeah, so the picks throughout the entire first round will be by the team that ultimately made that pick. Not the team that originally held that pick, but the team that ultimately made that pick. And you have some big ones here. Don't forget, this is the year that the Vikings traded Stephon Diggs to the Bills.
Right,
right. Ultimately, how you and I came down to it was this can start to not feel like the 2020 draft if we just revoke all of the trades. So
the main point that you were making before the pre-show is you said, look, Miami picked 3 times. I want to revitalize Miami's 3 picks. Like, I want to save Miami's draft here in what we're about to do over the next hour.
Same with the Raiders. Both guys don't play for the Raiders anymore that they took in this first round. It's crazy, but it's not too soon. This class.
All right, so
kick it off.
I'm curious. You're running point in number one. We're going to collaborate on all of these, but there are two very clear-cut picks to make at one in this draft. One of them was actually made. The other one was a couple of picks later. Who are you taking for the Bengals here at number one?
I'm keeping Joe Burrow in this spot. And I'm sure there's going to be some people that'll argue the upside of Justin Herbert, or, there's a lot of different things that they might like about Herbert better than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was my top quarterback in this class, and I think he's been tremendous. I think Joe Burrow can be a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. He has already brought the Bengals to a Super Bowl. Playing behind a bad offensive line that they just upgraded in a big way. So I think we're going to see the best of Joe Burrow. He did all of that coming off a significant knee injury. This guy had one of the greatest college seasons we've ever seen from a quarterback and one of the greatest college offenses ever. I don't understand how anybody could sit here and try to rethink this pick. And I like Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's been amazing. But at the end of the day, wins aren't a quarterback stat, but it is a wins-based business. And Joe Burrow has played at an extremely high level, and the Bengals have turned around their franchise largely in part because of Joe Burrow. So this pick should not be changed. He is the number one overall pick in this draft. He would be the number one overall pick in a lot of different drafts.
It would be hard to change it, right? I mean, we'll just go straight into it. Number 2 overall, it's the Washington Commanders, and I'm going to pick Justin Herbert for them. And
absolutely,
that's the debate that it came down between. And there's a lot of Twitter debates, podcast debates, written article debates. Who would you rather have moving forward? Would you rather have Joe Burrow, or would you rather have Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert, I think most people would agree, has more of the physical traits. He's got the bigger arm. He's the bigger player. He's just more physically gifted than Joe Burrow is. Joe Burrow would probably tell you that himself. But Joe Burrow truly has that it factor, if it's ever existed. However much you believe in that, Joe Burrow's got it. Joe Burrow has all of it that your imagination or your belief or your faith has to offer. And so that's what makes this so much fun. The way that Burrow plays the position allowed him to be such a catalyst for the Bengals making the Super Bowl when a lot of people thought that would have been impossible midway through the season. Heck, even with a couple of weeks to go left in the regular season. When you look at Justin Herbert, back-to-back years where he's thrown over 30 touchdown passes, threw for over 5,000 yards last year, that game that he had against the Raiders in the regular season finale, I mean, the fourth quarter of that game is just a quarterback masterpiece. That performance is one that I won't forget for a really, really long time. And that's a guy who is in his second year in the league. And I think he's only going to ascend. You mentioned Burrow could be a top 3 quarterback in this league. Justin Herbert could absolutely be as well. And, the debates, I think the debates are leaning a little bit more towards Justin Herbert, but with an exercise like this, it's different when you're starting from scratch and you want to pick between Burrow and Justin Herbert. It's different when you've got to physically take Joe Burrow off of the Cincinnati Bengals
good point.
And put Justin Herbert in that spot. So you're really not getting much of an argument from me. I absolutely love these two quarterbacks, but there's no doubt about it. This draft was going to start 1 and 2, some order of Burrow and Herbert. And you take Burrow at 1. I'm taking Herbert at 2. I'm looking at Washington's depth chart before the draft of this year, of 2020, that is. You got Dwayne Haskins, you got Kyle Allen, you got Alex Smith. Yeah, they probably would have loved themselves some Justin Herbert right there. So I think that this is the appropriate 1-2 picks to start this draft, which really kicks things off with the Lions here at number 3 overall.
Yeah, and you know what? For a minute there, I was like, is this going to be a difficult pick for me to make? And then it ended up not being the case at all. This is Justin Jefferson, this pick right here. I mean, he is a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. He has been insanely productive since stepping onto the field. Today, as we said, Justin Jefferson just turned 23 this past week. He just turned 23. Man. That's insane to me to think that in his age 21 and 22 seasons, Trevor, he has caught almost 200 passes for over 3,000 yards. In his age 21
That's ridiculous.
and 22 seasons. Like, I don't think people still, obviously the fantasy community, but I think the average NFL fan doesn't even understand how good this guy is. So this was a good quarterback class because Burrow and Herbert are at the top of it, and they're both stars. But in a lot of drafts, Justin Jefferson is right in that conversation to be the first overall pick. So for the Lions here, when you look at the state of the team, it makes it even easier. The Lions are a team that in this draft would need wide receiver help for the future.
Desperately.
So Justin Jefferson, the no-brainer number 3 overall pick. What an exciting top 3. Burrow, Herbert, and Jefferson.
And it's
awesome.
It's interesting because when we do this exercise, it was kind of the same way that we were speaking when we did 2019, where you go, okay, yes, we're using hindsight and the talent of the player carries the most weight in this redraft.
That's the point.
But you don't want to be so unrealistic with like where the team was picking at the time. You look at the Lions, they need receiver help then. They need receiver help now. So
they have for a while.
That draft, this is something that they still would have gone for. So Justin Jefferson is the perfect pick, the perfect marriage of what they need now, what they needed then, and the talent of the player overall. Did we have this debate? Are you a Justin Jefferson or a Jamar Chase guy? We're splitting hairs, but it's just something that everybody talks. I would go with Justin Jefferson. And so many people, like I said, it's splitting hairs because of how talented these wide receivers are. I think if, everybody always says gun to your head. Like, do we have to be so dramatic about it? Why don't we just
water pistol to your head.
Right, water pistol to your head.
That's going to be the new theme of the pod.
We need to come up with something else, like something not as violent or dire that makes us actually be serious about the pick. Whatever that cooked up scenario is, I think I'd pick Justin Jefferson. I really think I would.
I take Chase, but I think, like you said, it's like if you're starting your franchise with a wide receiver, the argument always starts between Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and that's the sign of a great debate, that there is one right there. And I'm sure some of that for me is biased, that I've gone on saying Chase is the greatest wide receiver prospect I've seen, while Jefferson, I had him in the first round, but I had guys in this draft ahead of him at the time who are going to get picked, while we do this exercise. But like you said, they're both special, and it's amazing when you look at how young they are and the situations they're in, especially Chase with Burrow. I know Kirk has been, Cousins has been really good with Jefferson. It's just a matter of we don't know what the long-term outlook of quarterback is in Minnesota, but they're just both special talents.
You almost just first named him and left it there with Kirk.
All right, could have dropped a Kurt.
Oh, man. Number four overall was the New York Giants. They selected Andrew Thomas, who is coming around, right? He had
not a terrible pick. I want to make that clear.
Did not have a good rookie season, but he's turned it around. I think in his sophomore year he played much, much better. However, if they're going to go offensive line, which I'm looking at their depth chart at the time, it was Nate Solder, it was Cam Fleming. Those are the right tackle and left tackles. They needed an offensive tackle badly. Tristan Wirfs is the pick if they're staying with offensive tackle. And I think that Tristan Wirfs is probably the pick no matter how you slice it. Like, even if the offensive line need wasn't as dire, Wirfs has been able to stand in at right tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he has immediately become one of the best right tackles in the NFL. I'll say one of the best offensive tackles in the NFL, period. Not just for his age, not just for his position. The dude's insane. Unbelievable athlete. It's so technical for the position. The core strength's unbelievable. And he packages that all so well. The man was born to be a professional offensive lineman in this league, and he's put it on display. He's got a Super Bowl trophy to prove it. And he increases how well that offensive line plays, no doubt about it. I think I've said this before on this show, but Ian Beckles, he was a former offensive lineman, played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I got to know him a little bit when I was back in Tampa covering the team and just doing media stuff from around because he still lived in the area. I remember I did his podcast one time and we were talking about the draft, and he listened to me get very excited about offensive linemen as rookies, like in an offensive line class. I can't remember what class it was. It might've been 2019, but we were having a conversation about it, and he stops me. He's like, whoa, Trevor, spoken from experience, rookie offensive linemen are supposed to suck, man. They're just that is what you should expect. That these guys are probably going to need the time. A lot of times they should be what Andrew Thomas was over the last 2 years. You take the first year, you struggle, you learn, you bounce back the second year, you get into your groove, and you allow your talent to shine. When you can overcome that and be above that, above average, let alone damn near elite like Tristan Wirfs has been, you got to tip your cap to it. You got to recognize it. All of that to say, he's done an unbelievable job at such a young age, proving himself already. He is my pick at number 4 overall. Do you have any objections?
No, I would have taken him at 5 easily, and I would have taken him if I was sitting, you were at 4. Like you said, Andrew Thomas has really started to figure it out, but Tristan Wirfs, there never felt like a moment to me where it's like, he's figuring it out. It's just it's crazy, this exercise, when you look at the teams that took tackles before him. The Giants took Andrew Thomas, the Browns took Jedrick Wills, the Jets took Mekhi Becton, and Wirfs fell into their lap. And you could argue, any of those teams should have taken Wirfs, but I understand there was some argument that a lot of teams saw him as a right tackle. I don't know. It felt like a lot of overthinking with Tristan Wirfs. And for the Giants in this situation, even if you use hindsight, Wirfs is still an awesome pick there. Number 5 for the Dolphins. This is where they took Tua. Obviously a pick that has been,
I'm very curious where Tua goes in this draft.
Me too.
I have no idea where he's going.
He won't be redrafted here, obviously. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. The Dolphins are a team that have had a good amount of needs, especially in this situation and specifically now on the offensive side of the ball. But I'm just not going to let Chase Young fall past this point.
Yeah.
I think there's just too much talent there. I know coming off the injury, the lost 2021 season, it's easy for people to look at it and go, is Chase Young overrated or was he overrated? Chase Young's a big-time player, a big-time talent. He's going to get healthy, he's going to get right, and he's going to be a significant impact pass rusher. And let's not forget, this is a team that has looked for pass rush help in recent years as well. So it's not like this is a spot that you kind of throw your hands up and go, they wouldn't do that even with his talent. So this is a spot for the Dolphins where you're not going to reach on a quarterback. The offensive line board, if Wirfs was there, I would have taken him, but I don't think you need to necessarily take the next best one here. So you just take the best player available, the biggest ceiling, and that's Chase Young.
Yeah, I was actually looking ahead to the Chargers pick, which is at number 6, and I was thinking about some of the players that haven't been taken yet, and I was like, ooh, Chase Young. That'd be real nice. Chase Young on one side, Joey Bosa on the other. Man. Melvin Ingram wasn't going to be there for much longer, and then I was like, he's going to pick him for the Dolphins.
There's no shot.
He's not going to last to number 6 overall. So you don't really have any objection there from me. Certainly getting a player that talented on the defensive line, that is worth it for them. It feels like, Connor, I recently did a top 25 under 25 article. I know that we did a similar exercise when we kind of drafted the under 25 teams here on this podcast.
Oh, you must have been on Gravy Train writing that thing. You're like, I just did this.
Right. It was, look, you gotta combine the contents.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta work smarter, not
old
harder.
people still read. Young people listen to podcasts.
Okay. All right. Shout out to everybody old who I guess is reading my articles. But I had Chase Young. Oh, where did I have him? I had him still decently high. And people came after me for it. And they're like, how is Chase Young still this high on this list? Guys, Chase Young had a really good rookie season. He had the most prolific season for any college pass rusher that PFF has ever graded his final year at Ohio State. Yeah, last year wasn't great even before the injury, but there are a lot of players who have had sophomore slumps as edge rushers. To think that this guy still doesn't have incredible talent, I just think you're writing him off way too much. I hope he comes back this year and absolutely kills it because his talent warrants it. He's the right pick at number 5. I totally agree with you. Number 6, it's the Chargers. I think I'm going AJ Terrell here.
That's what the first thing I wanted to say.
I think I have to go AJ Terrell here because certainly, obviously, an incredible year this past season as a sophomore, really breaking out as one of the best young corners in the NFL. You look at what the Los Angeles Chargers needed at the time in their depth chart there. They had Casey Hayward, they had Chris Harris, they had Des King, they had Brandon Faison. They did have Michael Davis, who they still have, but all those other guys, I believe, are gone. Is Des King still there? Maybe
I don't think so.
No, okay. I'm skipping forward now. Depth chart. I don't think. No. He's not there. So Michael Davis is the only one who is still there. They have Asante Samuel Jr., who they spent a draft pick on the year after that, the year after this class. And then, of course, you look at all the money that they spent on J.C. Jackson to try to get themselves a lockdown corner. They draft A.J. Terrell. Well, obviously they wouldn't replace him with Justin Herbert, but you guys know what I'm saying. In this situation, Terrell would make the most sense with Herbert no longer on the board. So I'm glad that we're seeing eye to eye there as well.
Yeah, he's just too talented of a player. A premium spot that would help them in that exact scenario. Once again, I would have taken him at 7 for the Panthers here. So this is one of those times where I'm like truly going to phone you in here and we're going to work as a team. The Panthers at 7, they took Derrick Brown. Not a bad player, not a player that I think has lived up to top 10 expectations.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, and at the time it felt like, when you take an interior defensive lineman in the top 10, a lot of people are asking the question is, can he be an elite pass rusher? And I think that's the problem with this pick. Now, improving on it, a lot of good players. This is a team that's had quarterback problems. 2 of them are gone. I'm sure there are people that sit here and go, Jalen Hurts, ? In this spot. And I know it's early. I get it. But Jalen Hurts is somebody that, the Panthers would be in a much better place with Jalen Hurts. I can't say that enough. Now, I'm not really leaning on taking him here in this spot. I know.
You definitely don't waste the second-round pick on Sam Darnold, right? Because when did they trade for him? Or would they have already traded for him?
No, they traded for Darnold.
That would be a year early. Yeah,
because
they
early.
They have Bridgewater at the time.
Yeah, the 2021 offseason is when they moved for Darnold. So you're right. It would save you that trade. That was a 2, 4, and a 6.
Man, you know who else they could use? Jedrick Wills.
That's who I was going to take.
I think Wills is really good. I think that Wills is going to be a steady, good offensive tackle for a long, long time in this league.
Me too, and that's the player I was leaning on the most in this spot because they obviously have offensive tackle questions still at this point. I think that as much as he's been not great, he's been good, in my opinion, Wills. He's been a little banged up as well, and I think he's going to be an answer on the Browns' offensive line for a long time. So I'm with you there. That's the pick I'd go with, and it also helps that he was my top tackle in that class where I'm obviously a big believer in the talent when he is healthy as well. So I think it's Jedrick Wills, a guy that can play on both sides of the offensive line as well. I know the Panthers have invested good money in Moton. But yeah, this pick to me, the most important thing was that I know they had really bad problems on the interior of their defensive line that previous season that led to this dedication in this spot to rebuild it. But I think it might have been a little bit of an overreaction.
Okay, so the Arizona Cardinals up at number 8. They took Isaiah Simmons, who has not been worth the number 8 overall pick for them.
No, it's almost the Derrick Brown combo again, right? Where you're like, he's not a bad player, but he's just nowhere close to a top 10 pick right now.
No, he's nowhere close. I mean, receivers, we still got CeeDee Lamb. I mean, Michael Pittman's here as well. T. Higgins is here as well. Chase Claypool's here as well. Like there's a lot of really good receivers. Brandon Ayuk's in this class. Would they take a receiver? Is receiver the smart? I mean, essentially, because Larry Fitzgerald, I'm looking at the depth chart now. It's Christian Kirk, it's Andy Isabella, it's Larry Fitzgerald, and they do have DeAndre Hopkins at this point.
Okay.
If Larry Fitzgerald's really obviously not playing much longer, we already knew that no matter what, and you get to put CeeDee Lamb in this offense with DeAndre Hopkins,
it's enticing.
I don't hate it.
If you don't go wide receiver, the other place I would look would be Trevon Diggs because they need corners badly.
They had Byron Murphy, Patrick Peterson, Robert Alford. Oh, man, but Alford was going to be hurt.
Peterson, they knew Peterson's it was the old. End.
Oh, I'd love to pick a defensive lineman for them, too. Devon Kennard, Corey Peters, Jordan Phillips, Zach Allen. But is there anybody who's worth it?
Not in this spot. This is really early.
Yeah, it is.
And it wasn't really a stacked.
It can't be Derrick Brown. It can't be Javon Kinlaw.
No.
I think I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb simply for talent.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think I gotta go CeeDee Lamb, because if I don't pick CeeDee Lamb here for Arizona, I'm just forcing something. So I'm gonna pick CeeDee Lamb for talent. Which I'm sorry, Jacksonville Jaguars picking at number 9, because that would have been the easiest home run pick for Connor for us to make it number 9. But yeah, I have to go CeeDee Lamb. No Amari Cooper this year in Dallas. A healthy Dak Prescott. I think that we're in for we could be in for a 1,500 receiving yard season from CeeDee Lamb if they give him that kind of attention. I think he could absolutely handle it.
Wouldn't shock me. We know he's got the talent to do it. So Jacksonville's up. I had plenty of misses in this draft, no doubt. But I will say this was a pick at the time that I did not like in C.J. Henderson.
Were you were super low on Henderson?
I slowly climbed up on, I got higher on him as the process went on, and I regret that. And I wasn't ended up super high on him. I thought this was insane to take him this early. I at least got him to, the back end of round 1 by the time the process went through. And, it's a good lesson to trust your gut and trust the film. I thought his film was not good, and I just started to buy into an athlete at the end. For him to go in this spot was just absolutely nuts. And it didn't work out, obviously. This is the 2020 draft, and he's not even on the team anymore. And they didn't get much back for him when they sent him to the Panthers.
Yeah.
So for me, this is either Trevon Diggs, who is, I understand he has a reputation as a feast or famine corner. I totally get it, but
they had no one. Oh my gosh.
No, I know. I got that. I know.
They had no one. They had Rashawn Melvin.
You can see why they did this.
DJ Hayden.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's bad. I'm going to go with Trevon Diggs. They had significant corner problems. Once again, I get it, the criticisms of him, but he makes plays on the football that not a lot of guys in this league can. And Jacksonville, the thought process with corner was not wrong. The guy they took was wrong. And now they get that right with Diggs.
The only other position I would offer up is talent-wise Andrew Thomas.
Yep, tackle.
But they have Juwan Taylor at this point. They have Cam Robinson. And even if you want to sit here and say that you'd rather have Andrew Thomas than either of those guys, I'd agree with you 100%, as would I. But again, for the integrity of the exercise, would they take Andrew Thomas at that point? I don't know if they would. You could pick Thomas and kick Robinson into guard. Some people think the guard's his better spot anyways.
No, they wouldn't. You're right. They wouldn't.
I just don't think they would. So, all right, Trevon Diggs. We got Trevon Diggs going 9. Okay. Well, the Browns picked Jedrick Wills, and Andrew Thomas is here. So I think that's probably an easy one. Yeah?
Pretty much, unless you're...
Let's look at
I don't really know what other direction you'd go in with what's on the board.
At the time, they had Jack Conklin. They had Chris Hubbard playing left tackle.
I mean, everybody knew they were taking a tackle.
Yeah. I don't really see where else you're going to go.
No, I think that's one where you don't overthink it. I think it's Andrew Thomas.
All right, Andrew Thomas it is.
That would have been the pick for the Jets here at 11, who took Mekhi Becton.
Wow, get wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been the story of this has been the story of my show tonight. Yeah, just snipe all the sniping I've done to you the last 3 months, and you're just making it all back up in one freaking episode. So the Jets took Becton here, and depending who you talk to, you can get a lot of mixed opinions of like,
oh, are you gonna pick Becton? I'm
not. But man, they put themselves in a bad spot at tackle going into this draft.
They did indeed. Okay, let's pull up the depth chart. Okay, wide receiver, you got Josh Dodson. Hell yeah.
Quincy I wanted them to take CeeDee Lamb like no one else.
Oh, man.
He's gone in this, so that this made it more difficult.
Okay, hold on now. Wait. T. Higgins is here.
Yep.
Michael Pittman Jr., Chase Claypool.
Yep.
Jalen Reagor, if you're into that sort of thing.
If you're in,
I'm just saying.
You're sick.
I'm just saying.
It is funny seeing Josh Dodson on top of the depth chart. How bad is that?
Honey Nut Barrios is still here. So
was he there? Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. He was. I got it pulled up.
Yeah, he was.
Your running backs. I'll read them to you just to give you a little PTSD here. Le'Veon Bell, Trenton Cannon, Kenneth Dixon, Josh Adams, and Jalen Moore.
The Jets are just pure misery so often. I'm glad that the roster looks a lot different going into this year.
Just so different.
This is unbelievable staring at
safeties,
this.
though. You got Marcus May, you got Jamal Adams.
Yes. So, and I took the corner I liked already.
Don't need safety. Is there no other corner? There's no other good corner?
Terrell went and Diggs went.
Yeah, Diggs. Yeah.
Jalen Johnson. He's going to get drafted tonight.
Jalen Johnson's good.
Yep. Is he pick number 11 in this draft?
I don't know. He's pick number 11. Oh, there's good safeties in this draft.
Very good.
We got Cam Curl. We got Jeremy Chin. We got Xavier McKinney. We got Antoine Winfield Jr.
The Jets with Jamal Adams and Marcus May do not need to go safety in this spot.
Yeah,
But you're right. You're absolutely right.
The anarchist Madden player in me who wants to create a 3-safety playbook is considering it. J.K. Dobbins also in this class. The guy that we really have not named that people might be yelling at us about is Jonathan Taylor has not been picked yet.
Yep.
Would he be the pick for the Jets at 10?
No.
Or 11? Where we are?
I'm not taking it. I love Jonathan Taylor. I'm not taking a running back for the. Look at this friggin' roster, and you're taking a running back? This is like whatever they're putting.
A good football player.
What's going on right now? The USFL? Is that what I witnessed on television Saturday?
What do you got to lose?
This is what this roster looks like. New Jersey Generals, though, just killing it. All right, I'm gonna take T. Higgins.
Okay. All right.
I mean, good Lord, the Jets. This receiver room's terrible. I'm not gonna redo the Becton pick. I'm taking T. Higgins. He's really good.
T. Higgins is really good.
He's really good.
Yep.
And the Jets to have anyone that's really good at wide receiver is a gigantic win. I don't want to overthink this one too much.
All right. Raiders are up next, number 12.
This probably would have been T. Higgins, right?
Yeah, this probably would have been T. Higgins.
Yeah.
They got Nelson Aguilar, Tyrell Williams, Zay Jones, and of course Hunter Renfrow, the God. But not much for outside receivers. They already have Josh Jacobs. Obviously, Derek Carr's entrenched. They have Jason Witten on this team. Big salute.
That's so weird.
Big salute. Offensive line, Gabe Jackson, Ronnie Hudson's still there. Richie Incognito's here. Colton Miller's there. Trenton Brown's there.
Michael Pittman?
Their linebackers suck ass. Is there anyone, for the love of God? Patrick Queen's in this class, I know.
Yeah.
But is there anyone else? Kenneth Murray, okay.
Jordan Brooks. Jordan Brooks was good last year.
Ooh. God, am I going to pick Jordan Brooks at 12?
Yeah,
though?
that is pretty savage. I won't lie.
No, I can't do that. No. I can't do that.
You might just want to take Jalen Johnson and call it a day. Get out of this pick while you can.
No, wait, hold
Jeremy
on.
Chin?
No, I might
Jeremy
have to.
Chin's good.
Yeah, wait. What's their safeties here? I couldn't get past the linebackers. Okay, you got free safety Jonathan Abram. Lord. You got strong safety Jeff Heath. Okay, this pick is Antoine Winfield Jr. No doubt about it.
I like that.
No doubt.
I like that a lot.
This is Antoine Winfield Jr.
That was a nice surprise.
Well, I stole him from the Bucks, who pick at 13. So I was trying not to do it. I was trying not to do it.
Okay, so the Bucks here. This is tricky because now you have a gigantic hole at right tackle when you look at their roster.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Gigantic hole. But I really want to take Jeremy Chin here. I think it's way more fun than taking Mekhi Becton, who has played not even a full season.
Their safeties at the time. Well, their safeties at the time were
Justin Evans,
Mike Edwards, and Jordan Whitehead, really. So it's Mike Edwards and Jordan Whitehead.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good, honestly.
So it's not bad. And the linebacker core, you've got pretty set with Devin White, Levante David. So
I'm not worried about that. I just like the problem.
I was going to tell you to make them pick Jonathan Taylor because in hindsight,
that's pretty gnarly.
Well, because what we have now, knowing what we know now, Tom Brady, and you put Jonathan Taylor in that running back room instead of Leonard Fournette. But
you can't stop me.
Who's playing right?
It doesn't matter. You could run the ball 45 times a game to the left side.
Yeah, but it's Donovan Smith. Fine, fine. No, it's fine. Look, I did this. I brought it up.
But if I take Becton, the question still is who's playing right tackle because he hasn't played a lot.
No. Listen.
Oh, there's some kind of Tampa.
Right.
I knew where you're going with this.
Come on.
Yeah,
you're a Jets fan.
Yeah.
You've been here. Yeah. Everything Tom Brady touches turns to gold. Mekhi Becton, he goes to the Jets.
Mekhi Becton on TB12.
If he would have gone to Tampa, he would have slimmed down. He would have become a Mr. Olympia in the offseason, and then he would have just come back to casually play right tackle for the Buccaneers.
I don't think it's crazy. I'm not doing it. I'm doing the JT pick. You're right, though. It's franchise, destruction to not have a right tackle.
You saying the scenario that I just brought up isn't crazy. You're like, hey, it's not impossible. Tom Brady has ruined everything. And by ruin that, I mean we salute that man as a Tampa legend absolutely forever.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Becton went to the Bucs and was a back-to-back Pro Bowler.
So with the 49ers are up here at number 14, they took Javon Kinlaw, who I wish would have been more healthy over the last couple of years because I think the player is really good. San Francisco at the time, they've got Debo. They could use a wide receiver.
Yes.
But am I taking
you could have fun with this.
Claypool?
Or Pittman?
Oh, yeah, Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
no, Pittman's exactly what they wanted Jalen Hurd to be.
Yep.
I think I'm going Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah, that one wasn't so painful.
No, this one's good. You're right. We came together. And we formulated a great plan. We stuck to it, and you love it when a plan comes together.
You really love to see it. All right, so Pittman, you've been. I feel like every time you're up, you're just like serving it right up. You're like, there's nothing to this.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
So the Broncos at 15.
Why don't you get smoked?
One of the most interesting ones. They took Jerry Jeudy at 15. It's kind of just been,
Dude, Jeudy should be good. I don't understand.
He should be.
I don't understand it.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I don't understand this. I had Jeudy as wide receiver 1 in this class.
He hasn't played with anyone. Let's be fair to him at quarterback.
Right. I hope Jerry Jeudy has a 2,000-yard season coming up. That's what I hope.
I don't think I'm not going on the record and saying this was a bad pick because I still don't think this was a bad pick. And at the time, Cortland Sutton was on the roster. Mm-hmm. Tim Patrick was the number 2, but Tim Patrick was not Tim Patrick yet.
No, he was always Tim Patrick.
Oh, okay.
He was always Tim Patrick.
He was coming off a 218-yard season.
You know who else is in this draft that could make this certain selection a little cheeky? Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney.
I knew that's where you were going.
And if you don't want to pick Jerry Jeudy, you would probably pick Darnell Mooney. And
it's a good idea. I hate to tell you this. It's a good idea.
God, am I that miserable?
Just kidding.
Am I that miserable to work with? Wait, offensive line though. That's the last thing we would look at.
It could go Becton here.
Michael Onwenu is also in this class.
That's a good call. He is this flex offensive lineman that would fit with them.
I'm kind of thinking Onwenu.
Yeah, honestly. I would roll with that. I'd roll with that. I like that pick. Okay. He can play guard and tackle for you. Yeah, I think that's the move for them. Because they have enough talent at wide receiver.
They do.
Okay. So, and once again, Jeudy not a bad pick, but it just hasn't gone the way they hoped. Hopefully Russ gets the most out of him. Onwenu is just the fact that he could play tackle or guard at a pretty high level is huge for this roster when you search it at the time.
The Atlanta Falcons are up here at number 16. They got AJ.
Made one of the best picks of this first round. Yeah.
And there was not a chance in hell that he was going to last until 16 in this redraft. I mean, the Falcons are in it. This is this is an interesting one to work through. Their roster is so bad present day that I feel like I could just pick anyone with any talent level. And it's like, yep, makes sense. But at this team at the time, wide receivers, they had Calvin Ridley, they had Julio Jones, they had Russell Gage, they even had Laquan Treadwell. They had Matt Ryan still. Offensive line, they still had Alex Mack at the time. They had Chris Lindstrom. They had Jake Matthews. I mean, I'm probably not.
They need a corner bad going into this draft.
They need a corner bad.
I think I know what I would do here because you don't want to reach. You could take Jalen Johnson.
Well, Jalen Johnson was certainly on the board here.
Yes, he is on the board, Trevor.
What about Jeremy Chin?
That's who I would take. He's the most talented defensive back available.
Yeah, he is.
And they're not like...
And they need good playmakers on defense. So
Keanu Neal, Ricardo Allen were their safeties.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves at safety.
What a sight.
I mean, he could do it. Well, Keanu Reeves couldn't do it. John Wick could do it. Dude, okay. So
John Wick at safety.
Listen. Small, short story. So everybody who's listening to the podcast knows that I was in New York this past weekend. I got to see Connor and I got to just like walk around New York, and it was a beautiful time. We were there for 4 days. Alyssa and I were walking through Central Park. I'd never been to Central Park before in my life. And we walked to the middle of Central Park and we start walking down these stairs. And I'm like, this is the John Wick scene. And Alyssa's like, yeah, it kind of does look like it. And sure as shit, I pulled it up right there.
Oh, yeah.
And ending of John Wick 2, it's right there in Central Park, right at the fountain. And I was like, I knew it. I called it. So, yeah, that was my little Keanu Reeves tie back.
I wish I was with you the entire time you're in New York just to see when you have those moments. It is one of those places where at like so many places you go, you're like, wait, this was in a movie, or this was in an album cover, or this was...
Right. Alyssa, we were walking up by NYU, and I had my back towards the person that Alyssa was talking about, and she was like, there's a famous person behind you. And I'm like, okay. It's New York. Like, what level of famous are we talking about here? And she's like, that's somebody on a TV show that I watch all the time. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't know who this is. I didn't even get to see them because when I turned around, they were actually walking away. But
and you still might not have known who they were.
Probably not. She explained it to me who they were, but I was like, okay, it doesn't mean anything to me. Anyways, Jeremy Chin, Atlanta Falcons at number 16 overall.
So the Cowboys get pretty screwed here because they got CeeDee Lamb at 17, so they got one of the better value picks of the draft. Now, if we want to go back to the wide receiver and kind of replicate how they drafted CD and played him in the slot, you can go Darnell Mooney here and still get that effect with Gallup and Cooper on the outside.
You can.
That's kind of where I'm leaning. Now I'm going to go back to the board and make sure I didn't miss anything.
Honestly, though, we got to think about this. Only reason they went wide receiver is because it was CeeDee Lamb.
Because it was CeeDee Lamb.
That's the only reason they went wide receiver, I think.
But we do get to do hindsight here.
We do get to do a little bit of hindsight. Their safeties at the time were Xavier Woods and HaHa Clinton-Dix. So we still have Cam Curl. We still have Xavier McKinney.
I like McKinney a lot.
McKinney could definitely be the pick here. I like Jalen Johnson as well.
I like Jalen Johnson as well because they don't get Diggs.
Right.
This doesn't work out for the Cowboys. Like they don't win in the redraft here. But it's Jalen Johnson or Mooney to me. Because if you walk out of the redraft and you know that they're not getting Diggs and Lamb, it's like, well, can we at least get Jalen Johnson to solve the corner spot?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'd probably go Jalen then.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I'd probably go Jalen.
Because that would open up a lot of needs if they don't get him. I know a Cowboys fan, it's probably not very exciting, but I think it's the logical thing to do.
God, wait, hold. Did we blow this?
Oh, no. Don't say that. Don't say that. What do you mean?
Because, okay, the reason why I bring it up is because the Dolphins are on the board again. Tua and Jalen Hurts are still on the board.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if, because I just saw the Denver Broncos, and I'm like, should we have given them one of those quarterbacks?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
No.
All right. That's that's passion. That's conviction. That's what I wanted.
The show's not. No.
What's your Twitter handle again? What's your Twitter handle? Dolphins fans, listen to this real quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be great. That'd be great. I'm sure they'll be a big fan of me. Oh, yeah. Grew up in New York as a Jets fan.
Look, I'm not the biggest Tua fan at this point either. So I wanted.
I like Tua coming out. He's not the same guy. He's been broken down. If anybody can not fix him, get the most out of him, it's Mike McDaniel.
Sure. No, and I am looking forward to this season. Should be good.
So you're redrafting Tua at 18. Is that what you're saying here?
Who did you have to pick? Oh, Chase Young. Yeah.
Because I would take Jalen Hurts in this spot every time. If I'm going quarterback over Tua.
Now,
if you're just looking for good players, look at wide receiver.
Who were their quarterbacks at the time? Like, let's not be silly.
Let's talk about this.
Let's not be dumb about it. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Josh Rosen, Jake Rudock.
Fitz closed out a lot of games for them that year. Well, yeah. I'm okay rolling in with Fitz. I actually might like it.
The running backs were Jordan Howard, Kalen Ballage, Myles Gaskin.
Gross.
DeLance Turner.
No, dude, they need a wide receiver. Look at this.
Oh, they could also use Xavier McKinney. Oh, man.
Boy, you don't want to make the Dolphins that much better, do you? Now, McKinney's a good player.
What is your problem?
McKinney at 18?
McKinney's a good football player.
He's really good. I loved him.
They
pick again at 30.
What wide receiver do you want? Darnell Mooney? You want Darnell Mooney?
Chase Claypool?
Ryan Fitzpatrick's career is going to get revitalized by Darnell Mooney?
Chase Claypool helped better than Allen Hurns.
He couldn't even save Trubisky's career.
You know what? Make your pick.
I'll pick Chase Claypool. I like Chase.
Oh my God. You hear this, folks? After that performance, he wanted Xavier McKinney at 18 for the Ryan Fitzpatrick-led Dolphins. All right,
dude. Look, if we're throwing all our cards on the table, though, Chase Claypool is an absolute alien. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, pause it really quick. Go to his mock draftable chart and just look at it. It's hilarious.
Oh, it was nuts.
And think of just Ryan Fitzpatrick going, F it, Chase down there somewhere. And he just throws that bad boy up. Yeah, I'll go Chase Claypool here.
So that year at the Senior Bowl, remember the last day got moved indoors at the South Alabama facility?
Yeah.
And it's really tight. For people listening that haven't been, it's really tight. And I think that was maybe the first time I was in there for a practice. And they're throwing fades. And obviously Claypool's in the drill. And I was right on the back pylon, just trying to get as close as I can. And there was one time where he dove and fell, and I had to move a little bit. And I did not go back to my spot after that. I mean, I was like, if this guy falls into me, I'm dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
That's how big, strong, fast, explosive he is. That if he just fell on me, I would be dead.
Did I show you my shin while we were at this past Senior Bowl?
No.
So the Senior Bowl, it comes after the Shrine Bowl. Mm-hmm. And PFF was at the Shrine Bowl first. So we were out in Las Vegas before we went to Mobile for the Senior Bowl. Day one of Shrine Bowl practices, I'm wearing a PFF polo and jeans. And I'm standing on the sideline. I'm doing the same thing as you. I'm trying to get the best angle. I'm trying to get as close to the field as possible.
But taking a risk.
100%. Lucas Krull runs a out route straight towards the side. It's just he's coming from the slot and he's just running an out route straight towards the sidelines. They hit the ball for him a little too far. He misses it, makes contact with the defender, falls, does a barrel roll, and his cleat goes full speed into my shin.
Dude. Oh.
Brother, my entire shin was bleeding.
It's good it didn't snap.
Right. This dude's huge. Lucas Krull is a fullback tight end, man. And I had this that was a bitch to walk on all
bet.
Week. So
you definitely played it real cool.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
if you
tough.
did. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
I'm tough.
I'm assuming you did.
Ate a bowl of nails for breakfast without any milk.
How tough are you?
Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to this.
All right, reel us back in. Raiders at 19. They took Damon Arnett here. The Raiders. This first round was something else. So let's make it better. All right.
Okay.
All right. So they got Antoine Winfield Jr. Thanks to Trevor at 12.
Good pick.
Now at 19, I think they need a wide receiver here. Now they've come off the board fast and furious in this draft, where I don't really know if I want Mooney here, to be honest with you.
I mean, Mooney's good though.
He is good. He's a good player. It's not a bad pick. Mooney's on the board here in this spot. Jordan Brooks is in this spot.
Oh, I think this is Jordan Brooks, man.
I think so too, because linebacker's been an issue for them.
Yeah.
It just leaves you like super underwhelmed with what they have.
Brandon
at wide
Ayuk
receiver.
is also here.
Yeah, I'd rather take Brooks.
Okay.
Ayuk has been okay. I think a little disappointing, but maybe it's because Debo's been so good.
Ooh, hold up.
You got something for me?
Gabe Davis is also in this class. How big are you on Gabe Davis?
I like Gabe Davis. I'm not taking him in the top 20.
Okay.
Gabe Davis is good. I think there's a little Josh Allen effect there.
Okay. Also, just throwing this out there, Jerry Jeudy is still on the board because we didn't pick him yet.
That's right. Okay, I would do that instead of Jordan Brooks. Okay. I would bet on Judy's upside here.
Okay. All right. So
good call. I thought for some reason it was in my brain that we redrafted him, but we did not. We came together to move on and go to on Wenu.
I don't know why I just did that for you, because I once again screwed the Jags at 20.
Well, thank you. Judy was a no-brainer for them at 20. Wow, tough spot for you.
I guess it's probably Mooney right now.
Mooney, once again, if you like Ayuk like that, that's on the table.
No, I don't think I do. You went Trayvon Diggs for them at 9.
Yep. So they got corner solved.
So they got corner. Their safeties suck. I genuinely could pick Xavier McKinney here for them.
Yeah. Genuinely.
No, I'm gonna go Darnell Mooney. I think I have to.
Okay.
I think I have to. I'm not missing anybody glaring.
Nothing egregious.
No, I also can't give them a quarterback, because even though at this point they needed one, I'm not going to take the Trevor Lawrence destiny away from them. So
yeah. I know that comes into play a lot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll go Darnell Mooney.
Okay, so the Eagles are on the clock at 21. Mooney would have obviously been a pick for them. They needed wide receiver. They took Jalen Reagor here. Everybody knows that. It's
a bad pick.
It's a bad pick, and they've gotten dunked on for it, and
bad pick.
That's how it goes. It's tough when you take him in front of Justin Jefferson. I know Birds fans are tired of hearing about it, so we'll just cut it there. This becomes pretty tough, and this is our classic. We just did the whole "this draft was awesome" thing, and we get outside the top 20, and now we don't know what to do. We are back to that again. Unbelievable.
No, it's not that we don't know what to do. I think there's plenty of good players.
There's plenty of good players.
All right, let me pull up the Eagles depth chart. Let me do it.
So
let me put my Howie Roseman shoes on. Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, they needed a wide receiver. I know that.
Sweet Lord in heaven.
I know.
Wide receiver.
But your options are Van Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk,
Gabe Davis again.
I mean,
Laviska Shenault.
No.
Quez Watkins. Brian Edwards.
Man.
I'm just yelling progressively loud. Tyler Johnson. Denzel Mims, your boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Boy, this is not good.
Nah, what else do they need? We can look elsewhere. We don't gotta force this.
Well, it goes back to the Howie doesn't take linebackers thing, because I could take Jordan Brooks here.
We'll take Jordan Brooks here. Do it.
I could do what I want, right?
Do it, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm taking Jordan Brooks. He's good.
Do it.
And the Eagles need linebackers at this spot. And I don't care that Howie doesn't do it. Howie's not drafting here. I am.
So
Who do you think
Minnesota's...
you are? I am.
Minnesota's picking here at number 22 because they no longer have Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, and we didn't paint the prettiest wide receiver picture for them here.
We did not. A lot of these wide receivers gone off the board at this point.
It is funny when we get into the 20s and we're like,
well, it's not
now what?
I don't think that it's not that there's bad players.
No, but it's just that to fulfill that need is so disappointing.
I mean, we've still got guys like Derrick Brown, Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
The problem is that Jonathan Taylor is still on the freaking board.
No,
and that really bothers me.
No, he's not. I took him to the Bucks.
You took him to the Bucks, and I blacked out when you did that. So
you said Mekhi Becton would be an All-Pro at the Bucks.
He's off the board. We were sitting here, dude. We're sitting here at 22, and I'm sitting here pissed off because Jonathan Taylor is still on the board, and
he's not even on the board.
13. Oh God, I need help mentally.
Seek help
professionally. Okay, so the Minnesota Vikings. They don't need a linebacker. Mm-hmm. You know. Oh, they just picked.
Hey, you've been preaching Gabe Davis.
And Gabe Davis would be good for them. But am I picking Gabe Davis over Derrick Brown? What's their name?
You could argue it.
Yeah, Pat Elflein. Mekhi Becton, kick him inside to guard.
Totally reasonable.
Jonah Jackson, though, dead ass.
Yep.
I kind of like Jonah Jackson here over Gabe Davis.
I mean, him and Robert Hunt have been really good guards to come out of this draft.
You didn't pick on. Did you pick on Onwenu?
Yeah, to the Broncos.
Yes, you did. To the Broncos. Okay, then I'm gonna go Jonah Jackson. I'll go Jonah
That's
Jackson
fine.
here for the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, so the Chargers traded into this pick to take Kenneth Murray at the time. I think a move that was
call. Very
pretty
bold call.
Pretty praised for the aggressiveness, but it just hasn't worked out. Murray hasn't been very good for them. Now, in this draft, the Chargers have already picked. They took A.J. Terrell at 6, where they actually took Justin Herbert because Herbert was gone. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts in this spot. And I know that stinks for Chargers fans that you lost Herbert in this draft. But you have to keep in mind the exercise is that you're working with what you got. And Herbert went 2nd overall, and you got A.J. Terrell, who's awesome at 6, but you still need a quarterback. And you can win games with Jalen Hurts. So I'm going to take Jalen Hurts rather than just going into the year with nothing.
Okay, you know who I want to pick here for the Saints?
Saints at 24.
Is Tua.
Okay, I really like that fit a lot.
Because this is
Sean Payton's still there.
This is last year of Drew Brees. Sean Payton's still there. Maybe Sean Payton doesn't leave because he knows that he has a quarterback to believe in. Maybe.
I mean, he would fit the offense they ran at the end of Brees' career.
Right. You've got playmakers.
I actually love
Kamara.
this.
You've got the offensive line, which the Dolphins did not have for him. I'm going to go Tua. I'm going Tua here.
I really like that. So we get a mini quarterback run there. Hurts goes at 23. Tua goes at 24.
Wow, I still know how to type Tagovailoa.
Nailed it.
Like it's just the back of my hand, baby.
Nailed it. Tagovailoa.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
He nails the typing, and then
I was.
He says a pronunciation I've never heard him say before.
Didn't say Tagovailoa.
25. The 49ers back on the clock again. So we replaced the Javon Kinlaw pick with Michael Pittman is who you took for them at 14, which is nice. So they got a good wide receiver at that spot. Don't need to reach on the wide receiver here. This might be where Derrick Brown goes.
Derrick Brown.
Yeah.
This
might be where Derrick Brown goes. Because they do need interior defensive line help. Let's not forget, they took Kinlaw after trading Defoe.
Right.
Not exciting, but probably a must move.
I mean, they had to do it because Defoe then signed a massive contract. You know?
I totally understood the process of that. It's just disappointing that you traded a great player and you didn't come close to even replacing half of his production. So we'll go Derrick Brown in the spot at 25. Once again.
Packers at 26. So they took Jordan Love.
Traded up for Jordan Love.
Traded up for Jordan Love.
On the spot. This draft is wild, dude.
Wide receiver would be nice. Oh, Gabe Davis, dude. Oh.
Okay. Look how excited he is.
Listen, Gabe Davis gets to go from Josh Allen in real life.
Pretty sick, honestly.
To have no idea what his fate's going to be in this redraft. And I, the gracious giver that I am, give him Aaron freaking Rodgers.
This is pretty awesome.
This is actually perfect, though. Like this could not have worked out better for both Gabe Davis and the Green Bay Packers, because at the time you got Devontae Adams, of course, you got Marquez Valdez-Scantling, you got Devin Funchess, Alan Lazard's still there, Ekamani St. Brown's still there, but like you are truly searching for that deep threat guy. That is what Gabe Davis was at UCF. It's what he's been in the NFL with Josh Allen. This is perfect. I love this.
All right, so Seattle's on the clock. They took Jordan Brooks here. Jordan Brooks is gone. I'm intrigued by the interior offensive line options here. That would include Lloyd Cushenberry, Robert Hunt, and Cesar Ruiz.
Oh, no.
You're against it.
You can't pick Cushenberry and you can't pick Ruiz. No way.
I know, but this is... Have you seen the board?
Who was the other one? Which one did you say? Robert Hunt.
Robert Hunt's good. I think he's good.
I think Damian Lewis has also been decent.
Yeah, but am I doing that to Seattle fan? I guess you're right. Because didn't they take Damian Lewis in the 3rd round that year?
Oh yeah.
And then you're just taking him in the 1st round that year? But I get the thought process though. I'm just taking an offensive lineman anyway.
That's a good point. Some guys that we haven't really named yet. Kyle Duggar's in this class.
Yeah.
Jordan Fuller's in this class, so I think is
okay.
A decent safety. Cam Curl is still here.
Oh, they didn't trade for Jamal Adams yet.
They have not traded for Jamal Adams yet.
I would take Xavier McKinney then.
Who is their running back at this time?
Didn't they just draft? Well, they have Chris Carson at this time, a healthy Chris Carson.
Okay. Because J.K. Dobbins is in this class.
Yeah, I can't have Seattle take another running back in this draft.
Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm going to take
Carson's coming off a season of over 1,200 yards.
Ooh. L'Jarius Sneed. Interesting.
You got so excited for that.
Interesting.
You got so excited for that.
Listen, he's a good football player.
I'm going to take Xavier McKinney for Seattle.
All right, it's fine. Finally! Taking Xavier McKinney. I think that's the right pick. I really do. I think
it's okay. I mean, you get to this point in the draft, everything just becomes okay.
Wait, Mekhi Becton's still here. Do you want to redo?
I forgot about Becton.
Should you pick Becton?
You know what? For them, it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
All right, so Mekhi Becton comes off the board.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on, though. Wait. If we're cheating.
You're in a maze right now.
No. If we're cheating, the Tennessee Titans are up at 29 and they picked Isaiah Wilson.
No, they don't get Becton.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No shot. You don't get that kind of redo.
Okay. All right. Listen.
Seattle gets him at 27.
Hands up. It's fine. Okay.
Because isn't this right? This is right when George Fant just left Seattle in free agency.
Is it?
I'm not saying George Fant was a savior in Seattle, but like they offensive line departures.
George Fant built a statue. Yeah, they've got Dwayne Brown, they've got Cedric Obui, they've got DJ Fluker, Ethan Posick, BJ Finney,
Becton. Becton, Dwayne Brown, and Becton. That's good bookends.
Yeah, it's not bad. Baltimore, I'm very tempted to go. They went Patrick Queen here in real life. They also went J.K. Dobbins later in this draft. I think Dobbins is a phenomenal running back. Like, I think when he's healthy, he's going to be an easy 1,000-yard back in this league.
Antonio Gibson.
I'm picking Dobbins over Antonio Gibson.
Okay.
Without question.
Okay.
Without question.
Man.
These are Chuck Clark, Earl Thomas, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Trayvon Young, Jimmy Smith still there. Linebackers. Damn, they need them. Wow.
Well, they took one here.
Yeah. And it didn't work out for him. But...
Logan Wilson's been better than Patrick Queen.
Oh, man. Are you really taking Logan Wilson?
I'm not saying I'm taking him. I'm just telling you. You know who's a sneaky player in this draft? Actually, I'm not going to tell you. Should I tell you?
We're working together. What do you mean? What are you getting, like, paid for this? What are you getting, like, paid?
I just wanted a reaction and I got one.
Is PFF paying you if you, like, make better picks than me?
Wow, paid per performance. That would be a new...
All right, Connor, we got your performance review here. It seems that you're whooping Trevor's candy
on the
ass
mock draft Monday.
Mondays,
June, you won, so you get 20% more here. But ooh, he 20%. got you on. He got you on the 2019 redraft, so we're gonna take 30% back. Imagine that. They literally deduct from my bank account. They charge my credit card when I have a bad show.
Yeah, I don't get paid for this, so Connor probably doesn't either.
No shot. Paid to talk about football?
I think I'm going J.K. Dobbins.
So the player I wanted to say that's like has like a sneaky chance to get drafted in this is Alex Highsmith on the Steelers, which is crazy because he wasn't even taken in the top 100 of this draft. But he's a really good player for Pittsburgh.
But the Ravens need him?
No, I don't know about the Ravens. It's not nuts because they don't have Odafe Owe yet.
Right. No, I'm going J.K. Dobbins.
Okay.
Yeah,
so the Titans here. The good news is it doesn't matter what I do at this pick because whatever I do, they'll get more than what they got out of Isaiah Wilson.
That's true.
So there's literally I can't do any wrong here. In this spot.
This is also true. Yeah.
I am going to take Robert Hunt because I think he fits their identity.
Solid.
And can kind of be a swing guy a little bit. Well, not right. I wouldn't say a swing guy, but more of a guy that I think can kick out to tackle and survive. But is a really, really good guard, in my opinion.
Dolphins' third pick of this draft in. So we had them taking Chase Young at 5. Chase Claypool at 18. Is there another Chase in this draft that we could take?
There's got to be.
There's got to be.
No, there's not.
There's no Chase. There's
not
no third
not
Chase?
in like we can. No.
Okay, so we've got the wide receiver. We've got the pass rusher. Would Damian Lewis be about the pick here?
I don't think so at all.
I feel like that would be the pick here because Damian Lewis I think has been good. And right now they've got Michael Dieter, they've got Eric Flowers, Ted Karras, got Jesse Davis playing right tackle. Julian Davenport's playing left.
You doing it?
I think so. I'm scrolling to make sure that I'm not really like forgetting anybody in this draft class that we might really need to get in here.
I know. I'm deep in it right now. I'm in the Tyler Bass section of this draft.
My guy's in the depth.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, Julian Blackmon's in this class too. I like Julian Blackmon. He's a good player. Good football player. I'm not picking him here. But...
No, that'll be on Thursday show when we do round 2 of this.
Oh, Christian Fulton's here.
Yeah, I just saw that name pop up and I was like,
I like Christian Fulton. Is Ashton Davis good? You know more than I do. No.
Wait, did you say Julian Blackmon?
Yeah.
He's really good, like really good.
No, I know.
Yeah, I will kind of throw my hand up and be like, I kind of forgot him in this, but it's not over, so it still counts. And he missed almost all of last year, but he's really good.
All right, I'm picking Julian Blackmon here. We're doing it.
Love it. Yeah, he's awesome.
Good football player.
So here's a question I want to throw at you.
That's why you scan.
Yeah, that's why you scan.
Do it.
Because the guys that get hurt sometimes can fall down the list.
Cam Akers is still in this class. I don't think we're going to pick him up.
Here's something I want to throw at you, and I think I know what your thought's going to be, but I feel like there are people listening that might be... This is intriguing.
Okay.
What do we make of Jeff Okudah right now?
Yeah, I mean...
Right? I know it's a total wild card. I know he really doesn't deserve to go in the first round of this redraft.
I mean, but he probably should, right? He plays corner.
He's a corner.
He plays corner. He had a fantastic final season at Ohio State. He obviously struggled because corners normally do struggle in their first year in the NFL. And then he tore his Achilles, but he was playing like decent before he tore his Achilles.
I feel like everybody in Detroit said he had a great summer.
He did. I thought,
and then he tore his Achilles.
I would not hate you getting him in here.
This is his age 23 season, so like this is a really young guy. Like the version that struggled was a 21-year-old, 2020. I don't know. I think it might be worth the risk. So the Vikings at 31 took Jeff Gladney. Rest in peace to Jeff Gladney. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That we're doing a 2020 redraft and Jeff Gladney passed away. So this was this pick here is one where you can bring up Okudah's name because obviously the Vikings were looking at corner.
I don't totally hate it. I really don't.
Because think of the risk reward in this at this point. Oh, dude.
Ben DiNucci's in this class. I'll just pencil you in for a Ben DiNucci here with the Minnesota Vikings. I'll just go ahead and throw it in the sheet right now. You don't do it.
I can't. Yeah, you take it away. You can finish the show too while you're at it. I'm walking away. One more underrated player I just saw on this list: Brandon Jones on the Dolphins.
Brandon Jones, yeah, okay.
He's a nice player. I'm going to take Okudah.
That's fine.
I think it's worth the risk.
It's fine. I'm glad that we brought it up. I'm glad that we're talking about it here at the end. Chiefs at 32. So they
took the wrong running back.
They picked Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think a running back was definitely needed for them. I'm between two players, and I'm very curious to see either how close this is or where you land on the fence. DeAndre Swift.
Yep, love him.
Antonio Gibson.
Oh, I like that a lot. I think Gibson fits what they do more, or what they were thinking with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I would agree.
Yeah. So who got like really snubbed in this?
Hold on.
No one really got super snubbed.
Antonio Gibson. Wow, we got 3 running backs in here. Let's see. Some of the names that we did not see in the redraft. Patrick Queen.
Yeah, he's been
kind of not great. Raekwon Davis.
Okay.
Run stuffer. Okay. Brandon Ayuk didn't get drafted in the redraft here.
Sure.
You said Lloyd Cushenberry's name, and I wish he was good, but he's not. He had a miraculous last couple of games last year. Isaiah Simmons, we did not get in this. Man.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything, honestly.
It's tough to leave him out, but we did not get to him. AJ Dillon, you mentioned Alex Highsmith. Cam Curl, we talked about him for so many picks, just didn't find a home for him, but we tried to give him his props. Van Jefferson's a good wide receiver. You mentioned Logan Wilson.
Yep.
Kyle Duggar, Laviska Shenault, Willie Gay. Justin Madubuike, we didn't really talk about it all, actually, but just giving him a shout out there. You mentioned Brandon Jones, so I think it was a good shout out. Glad we got Julian Blackmon in there. Bryce Hall. How has Bryce Hall been?
He had a really nice year for the Jets.
Oh, you love to hear it.
He had a really nice year. Now, I know they drafted Sauce in the top 5, and they signed DJ Reed, so it puts Bryce in a tough spot. He just can't take away the football. It's his biggest issue.
Which is nuts because he had good ball skills at Virginia.
Yeah, he just can't find the ball.
He had good ball skills for Virginia.
He makes a lot of plays on the ball. He just can't. He's always a little late for those interception moments. But he had a really nice year too.
I found one a player that I like that I don't think we would have gotten in the first round, but Kevin Dodson, the interior offensive lineman for the Steelers, I think was a really good pick in this draft.
The Steelers have a couple players in this where you're like, oh, man, they got good value. Like, I'm telling you, Highsmith is really good, and it would have been more of a projection, but he might have a big year.
Cam Akers, didn't get him in here. Darnay Holmes, really good slot. I don't know, really good, but good slot defender. I think good young slot defender.
Yep.
Didn't get him in.
They've been rotating him a little bit, but he could play.
We mentioned C.J. Henderson, Grant Delpit. AJ Epinesa, Josh Uche.
Guys just haven't broken out yet.
Not quite yet. You're right. You got Jeff Okudah in there at the end. Julian Okwara. I don't think we blatantly missed anybody.
This is a good lesson of what draft classes actually look like at the end of the day.
Yeah. Jake Fromm. Was also in this class.
We didn't miss that one.
I don't know, brother. I think we might have missed it. God, Bryson Hopkins, who I just absolutely thought was going to be a stud tight end, and he, let me tell you, folks, was not. I thought he was going to be good going into his final year of college football, and then, man, didn't happen.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what was a weird exercise while doing this?
My favorite player in this class.
Realizing Cole Kmet had catches for 612 yards last year and no touchdowns. Very strange.
Allergic to the end zone. Don't know what to tell you.
Very strange. Cole Kmet did not make it in the first round of the redraft.
Neither did Cole McDonald, who I was just about to say was my favorite player in this class.
Cole McDonald was pretty freaking cool.
Thank you.
He was pretty freaking cool. I think I took him in the last round of my dynasty draft that year. Like, he could be the backup.
Didn't
make the team. Didn't last.
Cole Kmet or Cole McDonald, that was the one that we heard the story that Isaiah Simmons got, not Isaiah Simmons, Isaiah Wilson got Cole McDonald cut because he missed a block and the guy came around and hit Cole McDonald as he was throwing it. He throws an interception and he was cut the next day.
Jeez.
You hate to see that.
That's pretty freaked up, if you ask me.
You do hate to see that. I believe that was a story that was told to us during the guest mock draft series whenever we were doing that. But I have heard that story before. I had heard that story before, unfortunately, that okay, of course it wasn't just that play, but
well, yeah, but Isaiah Wilson, man. It was
tough. It was tough.
That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Very tough.
Redraft. This one was better than 19.
I had a good time with this one. I didn't think that we got to a screeching halt at pick number 25 like we did with the 2019 draft.
So Antonio Gibson was the last pick of the 2020 draft. The 2019 draft, the last pick was Noah Fant.
Antonio Gibson is significantly better than Noah Fant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The 2020 redraft was... It's much better.
All right, there we go. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Even though we gave the Stephen A. Smith, we don't care with the 2020 class. I don't think we're going to redraft the 2021 class yet. So we're gonna get creative. There's a lot of other draft formats that we've thought of that are going to be a lot of fun. Like we'll draft. I think on the schedule we've got 11 on 11 teams, but the players that we draft have to play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, like that one's going to be a fun one. And there's a bunch of other ones like that. We're, of course, going to get some Monday mailbags thrown in there as well because we had so much fun doing the last one. But this upcoming week on Thursday, the next episode of the podcast, we've got coming at you the tight end position. So if it's do you think we'll be able to fill the whole episode with tight ends? I think you've done a little bit more of a preview than I have.
I do. I think at least the tight end class has some star power.
Okay.
Like a legitimate star power that we could spend a lot of time on the top of the class.
Okay. All right, dude. I'd love to hear it. That's fantastic because we know that the league always loves to take a chance on these big tight ends because they can be such chess pieces for offenses. You can
Not
use
a lot of guys like that.
Ways in and out of the line of scrimmage. And man, if you saying that there's a lot of star power, that gets me excited. I'm going to get to the film. Connor's going to get to the film. We're going to come at you with some summer scouting on Thursday where we'll give you our top 5 tight ends for the position, talk about some guys that we have just outside of our top 5 as well. And then we'll see how much time we have left. Maybe we'll get into some forgotten mailbag questions that didn't quite make the show the week before or a new question of the day, something. We'll have a lot of fun with it. But no matter what, we will see you guys on Thursday for another episode of the NFL Stock Exchange.